Disagreements are a natural part of life, especially in the workplace. But how you handle them can make a big difference in your environment and relationships with coworkers. In this video, we'll provide you with some steps for how to respond to workplace disagreements. Before we get into the steps, it's important to understand that disagreements are not always negative. Disagreements offer different perspectives and ideas that can ultimately lead to a stronger team and better outcomes, if done correctly. Step 1. Keep your cool. When a disagreement happens, it's important to stay calm and maintain professionalism. Try your best to avoid reacting emotionally or defensively. Take a deep breath, compose yourself, and remember that your goal is to find a resolution or solve the problem, not to win the argument. Step 2. Listen to the other person. One of the most critical skills in resolving disagreements is active listening. This means giving the other person your full attention without interrupting and trying to understand their perspective. Step 3. Perspective taking and repeating what they said. You can show that you're actively listening by nodding, paraphrasing what the other person says, and asking clarifying questions. This helps to create an open and respectful dialogue. Listening and perspective taking are powerful tools in resolving disagreements. Step 4. Explain your side using I statements. Use I statements to express your feelings and concerns and avoid placing blame on others. Try to be clear and specific about the issue at hand and use facts and evidence to support your position. Step 5. Say you're sorry. Even if you don't think you've done anything wrong, it's important to say you're sorry. Doing so signals to the other person that you're acknowledging their feelings. It's also important to say what you're sorry for. If you don't say what you're sorry for, the other person will feel like you don't understand their perspective. Step 6. Try to solve the problem and focus on common ground. When responding to a disagreement and trying to solve the problem, focus on finding common ground. Identify shared goals and interests that both parties can agree on. This can serve as the foundation for compromise and problem solving. Remember, compromise doesn't mean giving up on what you think about the issue. It's about finding solutions that meet the needs of both parties. Step 7. Keep your cool if you can't solve the problem, and seek mediation if needed. If a disagreement seems unresolvable, try your best to keep your cool, stay calm, and consider seeking mediation from a supervisor or HR professional. Mediators can provide an objective perspective and help facilitate a productive discussion. Let's start by looking at some inappropriate ways to respond to a disagreement in the workplace, illustrated by Mark and Sarah.
Mark!
Yeah, what's up, Sarah?
I need you to start doing your portion.
What are you talking about?
The administrative tasks that we agreed upon. I was going to do some, and you were going to do some. You haven't done any of them, and I'm feeling overwhelmed because I've had to pick up your slack.
Oh, come on, Sarah. I'm working hard, too. It's not my fault you're feeling overwhelmed. Like, we're all under pressure to get this project done. You know that, right?
But I'm feeling even more overwhelmed because I've had to do your portion.
That's ridiculous. If you look right there, you'll see I've done more than my fair share.
No, I had to do that because you didn't do yours.
That's ridiculous. Whatever, Sarah.
Sarah resorts to blaming and accusing Mark, escalating the disagreement further. Mark responds inappropriately by being defensive and reacting emotionally. Blame and accusations can damage working relationships and create a hostile work environment. Now let's take a look at the appropriate way to respond to a disagreement in the workplace, using the same scenario but with an approach that successfully uses the steps. In this scenario, Sarah and Mark address the issue by sitting down for a calm and respectful conversation.
Mark, I really need to share how overwhelmed I've been feeling due to the tasks that have not been divided well because I've been doing them all, and I just really wanted to share that with you today.
As you can see, Mark actively listens to Sarah's concerns, nodding and making eye contact to show that he's engaged.
Thank you for letting me know, Sarah. I mean, it sounds like you're feeling pretty overwhelmed.
Now Mark is repeating or paraphrasing what Sarah said, and it shows Sarah that he cares about her perspective on the issue and creates understanding.
I appreciate that. It really, the tasks have been not being done evenly, and I appreciate your, acknowledging that we haven't been equally distributed with the task. So I really, that, makes me feel better, and that you are understanding where I'm coming from.
I think I was just focused so much on the creative aspects of this project that I kind of lost sight of the day-to-day administrative tasks, and I'm just so sorry that this left you feeling so overwhelmed.
Now Mark is responding by using more constructive communication, expressing his thoughts using I statements, and providing reasons for his viewpoints. Explaining his side using I statements without accusing or blaming Sarah for the conflict promotes a productive conversation about the issue. Mark also apologizes for the way his actions have made Sarah feel, even though he did not intend for that to happen. After addressing the disagreement appropriately, Mark and Sarah work together to find common ground.
Thank you. It really, I feel good now that we have communicated, and I'm relieved, and I look forward to us moving on with this project.
Yeah, let's get this done as a team.
In the end, how you respond to a workplace disagreement can significantly impact your work environment and relationships. Inappropriate responses like ignoring the issue, blaming someone else, or responding defensively can lead to further problems. In contrast, appropriate responses involving open communication, active listening, and constructive dialogue pave the way for resolution and growth. Thank you for watching. If you need further guidance on how to respond to workplace disagreements, please reach out to the Center for Disabilities in Sioux Falls.